Hey, today I want to talk about the idea of resentment because I heard this quote many, many years ago and it's always stuck with me. And the quote was, and I wish I could credit it someone, but I can't because I can't remember. It was someone who said it, but they didn't say who had said it. Anyway, the quote is, resentment is to drink poison and wait for the other person to die. And as soon as I heard it, it was just so clear to me, the transaction of resentment. Basically, no one wins, right? So recently I've been feeling a bit of resentment and feeling the toxicity of it. It's such a toxic feeling. And so I had a bit of a look into what resentment means, and because I was fascinated by the idea of resent, I was thinking send what? Sending what? What are you sending? But it's not that. It comes from the word sentir, which is a French word meaning feeling. So resentment is actually the idea of re-feeling something, re-feeling an injury, re-feeling a wound over and over again, hence drinking the poison. But the thing is, in the moment when I am resenting, when I'm re-feeling, when I'm in the injury that I'm imagining someone has, or believing, or recognizing that someone has inflicted upon me, I'm not just with that particular injury, and I'm not actually tending to the wound at all. I'm completely in a space of blame. I've handed all the power over to that person. I've actually just gone, it's you, and I have no power here. And actually, that's probably what I resent. And I'm not even allowing myself to feel the feeling that is asking to be felt. I'm just being in the toxicity of drinking the poison and focusing my energy outward. Now, I grew up in a really Catholic, devout Catholic household, and one of the words I heard the most was forgiveness. Such a key tenement of the Catholic gospel is the idea of forgiveness. And it's an easy word to say, but it's a harder word to do when you carry resentment. Because resentment becomes so structural, it becomes so, there's so much righteousness in it, and I feel so validated in it, and so there's a payoff in handing over that much control and that much power. And so to switch from the space of holding poison and feeling validated in doing that, to move to the space of giving something, to move into a space of generosity, is quite a radical act, really. And the thing about forgiveness, when I was growing up, I always thought it was what you gave to someone else. But actually, as I get older, I realize that forgiveness is such an act of generosity to self. Because when I forgive, really forgive, I give myself permission to stop blaming and to actually just tend to the wound that person has potentially inflicted upon me, or that person has reignited from a previous injury. I actually allow myself in that moment to sever the contract between me and the other person, and move into the space of the healing, move into the space of tending the injury. Because forgive comes from the Latin word pardonare, which is to pardon, and that is to hand over unconditionally, to make it complete, to complete it. So finishing that contract, not drinking the poison anymore, actually just turning the gaze towards the actual wound and then being willing to be with that rather than being in the blame state. Because drinking the poison and waiting for the other person to die, no one wins. Both acts are so shit. Drinking poison, shit. Other person dying, shit. It's crap. No one wins. So in that battle, what is actually occurring in the mind and the body and the spirit, there is no resolution available there. There is no healing. There is no completion that is available to us in that moment. Only more poison and more disconnection and death. Shit, So yeah, it really gave me something to think about, the idea that resentment is just re-feeling an injury over and over again, while simultaneously being in a space of blame and therefore doing the outsourcing. Actually going, I refuse to tend to this wound that you've inflicted upon me, or that you've re-aggravated within me, because it was probably there before. Certainly for me, a lot of my resentment is stuff to do with things that have been long-standing for me, actually, that I haven't been willing to address myself. And then I find a way to project that onto somebody else. I'm like, cool, I get to make it about you for a while. Oh, wouldn't it be so much easier if like all your shit was actually just about other people? It's so cool. Not really. I mean, yeah, sort of. No, not really, because then you would really actually be powerless. But yeah, it gave me a little something to actually claim that back and go, I'm going to forgive that resentment. I'm going to forgive that feeling. I'm going to forgive that contract, actually. I'm going to unconditionally fold that contract and actually just come back to the tending, come back to the caring for the injury and the wound. Because of course my instinct is to protect the wound and to go, oh, you hurt me. You hurt me. You made this thing hurt. Whether you made the wound or whether you reactivated it, you did it. You did this. It's like, okay, maybe they did. Maybe they did a part of it. Maybe whatever. But if you actually don't want to keep staying in the space of poison, you're going to have to unconditionally dissolve the contract, give back their part, take yours, and tend to the wound. Yeah, I got something from that. It helped. I hope it helps. I hope this finds you, and thanks for tuning in.